That's over SC Boodle 2521 and 2513. And that's your quick check on sports. Your Facebook friend of the day is next. I'm Jay Philippe. As always, be blessed.
In 1953, the United States began using a female name for storms. And by 1978, both male and female names were used to identify northern Pacific storms. This was then adopted in 1979 for storms in the Atlantic Basin. The National Hurricane Center does not control the naming of tropical storms. Instead, there is a strict procedure established by the World's Meteorological Organization for Atlantic hurricanes. There is a list of male and female names which are used on a 6-year rotation. The only time that there is a change is if the storm is so deadly or costly that the future use of its name on a different storm would be inappropriate. These are the names of the storms for the 2025 Atlantic hurricane season: Andrea, Barry, Chantal, Dexter, Erin, Fernand, Gabrielle, Umberto, Imelda, Jerry, Karen, Lorenzo, Melissa, Nestor, Olga, Pablo, Rebecca, Sebastian, Tanya, Van, Wendy. This public service announcement was brought to you by the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas in conjunction with the Disaster Risk Management Authority.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
And that's going to do it for us here in the North. I'm Jolanda Thompson-Everest.
It's a Thursday night. We're heading to Fish Fry 8 Bar. And I'm Jay Philippe.
Here's a live look at the Bahamas tonight, coming your way next.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight at 11, find out who's made the lineup of the governing party's newly ratified candidates. Plus, could it be that impasse between union reps and the government has ended? We have the details. An aspiring astronaut meets his mentor. The Bahamas tonight at 11 starts now.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. The governing party tonight confirming the names of its first set of candidates to carry its banner in the next general election. Leading us off tonight is our Corvell Pyfrom with who's made the cut. Corvell?
The night's event might as well have been set to fireworks because there was lots of it to leave the standing room only crowd on their feet gathered at the PLP's headquarters stunned and plenty excited. 14 candidates ratified Thursday night as the party now focuses its attention on the upcoming general election. Two newcomers, businessman and gaming boss Sebastian for Fort Charlotte and Senator Darren Pickstock is on the ticket for Golden Isles. A by-election for that constituency seems imminent if you listen to what the Prime Minister says.
A by-election is coming. Family, are we ready? PLBs, are we ready? PLBs, we ready? Our team is strong.
Prime Minister Davis readying the troops, telling them the party is battle ready. Door to door, person to person, they will go to carry the party's message of progress. Mr. Davis telling supporters there's still a lot of work to do.
PLPs, we have to continue doing all we can to expand opportunities for Bahamians. That has always been at the heart of our mission, to make sure every Bahamian, no matter where they live, has a fair chance to build a good life.
Others ratified included incumbents for Fox Hill, Carmichael, Golden Gate, Centerville, Elizabeth, South Beach, Nassau Village, Garden Hills, Mount Moriah, Mangrove Key Central and South Andros, Pinewood, and Sea Breeze. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corvell Pyfrom.
While still talking politics, the Free National Movement plans to ratify additional candidates this month, adding to the 24 who have already gotten the nod to run on the party's ticket come 2026.
It would not be all of them. The government has an obligation to provide the boundaries report. They have not. And we do know that they intend to engage in the election shortly. And so we believe that we should be also strategic in terms of naming the additional candidates. But certainly this month.
Making news, union leaders seemingly leaving the office of the Prime Minister satisfied with the progress made during talks this morning. With all the details, we turn now to our Danielle Dean.
The Bahamas Educators, Counselors and Allied Workers Union deciding not to protest once again this week, holding on to the promise made by Prime Minister Philip Davis that outstanding payouts will be made before Christmas. Bakawu President Sandra Major maintains that none of their rights have been revoked.
Would we understand, of course, that the salary review is a gift, and in doing that, we will continue our negotiations with the government this week.
And similar sentiments were shared by Bahamas Educators Managerial Union President Stephen McPhee.
I think the Prime Minister, as many of us suspects, as soon as the Prime Minister could deliver, which maybe even be prior, it will occur. But my members sent us here with a mandate, and we have no challenge prior to coming to this meeting with the voice of our members that we, one, expect it to be included, and two, the deadline that was set, we expected that we would not go beyond that deadline.
Though the initial announcement of salary reviews did not include BEMU, McPhee says the meeting changed that.
The Prime Minister and his team, I must say, was very receptive in some points, was even apologetic and made it clear that there was no ill will or intent.
Latrey Ramming, OPM Director of Communications, says negotiation with the government has always been welcome.
The public has already seen the comments made by the union leaders who have already met with the Prime Minister, who really relayed that the comments or the meetings were positive. The government maintains the same view. That is the objective of the Prime Minister, to reaffirm to them that the government has an open-door policy from the unions, with union leaders, and the Prime Minister has maintained that open-door policy from the start.
As negotiations continue, ZNS will continue to follow. Reporting for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Danielle Dean.
Meantime, the Bahamas Union of Teachers and the Bahamas Public Services Union returned to Goodman's Bay, standing firm in their call for the government to address lingering issues. Teachers Union President Belinda Wilson says they resubmitted their concerns to the government, while BPSU President Kimsley Ferguson defended the ongoing demonstrations.
It is not about us. It's about us being able to bring forward to the Prime Minister the matters of concern for our members. So as soon as we can get these matters addressed in a timely and a satisfactory manner, saying, hey, we ready to work, we working overtime, we working in the summer, we tutoring, we ready to work.
Those who are refusing to meet with unions to address the issues and concerns should give consideration to the impact of the decisions that they made and not the actions that unions take.
Meanwhile, the Director of Communications in the Office of the Prime Minister, Latrey Ramming, says the government has been actively engaging unions and progress has already been made.
A lot of the unions would have negotiated their benefits under their industrial agreements, and so the government went a step further and including their benefits outside those agreements. For example, the teachers wasn't previously part of this process, and the Prime Minister ensured that they were. And so it demonstrates to union leaders that when you come to the table, you could iron these things out and you could come to a successful conclusion. And that is a part of what the government is demonstrating today, that we could reach consensus, that we can find middle ground, and there could be amicable resolutions that could be respectful.
Still to come, a former parliamentarian lies in state. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight at 11. More news in a moment.
Imagine a world where every brand knows your name and every store awaits your arrival. Elite shopping, travel where luxury is a lifestyle and every journey feels like home. Dine where every flavor is just for you, every table reserved, and every moment a taste of perfection. Make every big moment even bigger. Experience banking where wealth isn't just managed, it's maximized. Step into a world without limits. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Bahamas, get ready to celebrate 25 years of rhythm and power. It's the State Junkanoo Group 25 years of music concert featuring live performances by KB, Carl McDonald, Dyson Knight, and D-Mac. With music by DJ Red and DJ Pressure. November 1st, 8 p.m. sharp at the Farm on Marshall Road. Grab your tickets now at BahamasEtickets.com. Call or WhatsApp for tickets 424-6433 or 477-0191. Sponsored by Island Up Cheap, J.S. Johnson, Gain Reid, Today & Co., The Farm, and Chris Simmons and Associates.
Things may be tough, but Wendy's got you covered. Grab a day single or chicken sandwich with a junior fries and 16-ounce beverage for just $6.95. Why choose less from the other guys when you can get more? At Wendy's, we're providing bigger bites and better deals. So purchase your Tings Tough Value Meal today. Now available at all locations, excluding the airport and food truck.
Well, one of the country's most loved and celebrated traditions, Junkanoo, will take on a new face this holiday season. The Boxing Day and New Year's Day parades will now be complemented with a series of events. It's designed to create more opportunities for Junkanooers to gain more revenue and for Bahamians and tourists to jump in the line and have a good time. Felicity Darville tells us more.
The Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture and the National Junkanoo Committee have announced the introduction of the Bahamas Junkanoo Festival, a 7-day event running from December 18th to January 1st, involving several government ministries. Director of the Orange Economy Unit in the Ministry of Economic Affairs, Angelique McKay.
This festival also is intended to allow Junkanoo artists to monetize that which they love so dearly, which is the creative arts of Junkanoo. And we all know with festivals, it allows our creatives opportunities. Festivals allow many different opportunities for many individuals. Our vocalists, our dancers, like I said, our Junkanoo artists, our culinary artists, so many areas within the creative industry are exposed during festival time. So this is one thing that we're looking at.
There will be a day focused on religious and spiritual events. However, each day will be centered around the family. There will also be a special Junkanoo rush out that tourists and locals will have the opportunity to participate in.
We have no time to waste. We're moving full steam ahead, and things are falling in place every day to make sure that we have a successful parades, Christmas and New Year's morning.
Deputy Chair of the Parade's Planning Committee, Calvin Green, is confident that the NJC will do a good job with the two major parades under their management.
I don't think there will be any fall off at all. I think people, it is a thing within the Bahamian psyche, and it has nothing to do with the JCNP or the NJC. It is what we enjoy as Bahamians, and so I don't see, and in fact, we are doing some things that we know will bring people out more than what they may have done before. So the vision is, I don't think there'll be any fall off at all.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Felicity Darville.
Well, a young boy with a big dream, and he's taking the phrase shoot for the stars quite literally. Our Danielle Dean explains in this next report.
Just keep on trying with your flying. It was young Aldrin King's voice that put him in the right place at the right time to see one of his biggest dreams come to fruition. A solar system-loving standout, the sixth grader managed to be the only primary schooler invited to the Hackett STEM Camp, a 9th to 12th grader only camp facilitated by first Bahamian woman to go to space, Aisha Bowe. The 11-year-old met Bowe after performing with the National Youth Choir during independence celebrations in July.
She had asked me what were gas planets made of, and she had asked me what were Earth planets made of, and I answered them all correctly.
The aerospace engineer described it as an impressive encounter.
It was the day before the first day of camp. They came to the school where we were setting up, and I asked Aldrin why he wanted to be in the camp, and he said how interested he was in space and science and technology. And he then began to tell me about all the gas giant planets that he had learned about in school, how they were made up, and he was dropping all kinds of facts about the galaxy and the universe. And I just looked at him and I said, you know, this young man is one of the brightest stars in the future of the Bahamas. I can see it.
When a child is asked what they aspire to be in the future, astronaut isn't a response most take seriously, but Bowe is happy to say that it should be.
To go from being someone who wasn't sure what they were going to be when they grew up, to working at NASA, to being able to be the first Black woman to raise and fund her own seat to space. It's a dream fulfilled, but it's also a call to the next generation. If I can do this, then what can you do if you decide to reach?
And Aldrin is taking his passion to another level, mapping out his plan for aerospace studies after graduation next year.
Start early from high school, even though I'm starting to learn it now. And so once I go to university to start studying even more, I'll already know most of the basics, so I could easily pass and become an astro engineer and astronaut.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Danielle Dean.
Governor General, Her Excellency Dame Cynthia Pratt, Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis, former Prime Ministers and other dignitaries leading those filing into the House of Assembly this morning to pay respects to former Cabinet Minister and parliamentarian Dr. Norman Gay, the former physician, Minister of Health and Minister of Youth and Sports under the Pindling administration, passed away last month at the Princess Margaret Hospital. He was 84 years old. Housing Minister, the Honorable Keith Bell, remembered the former politician as a pioneer in the sporting arena.
He was a very critical Minister of Health in the Pindling administration. I certainly looked up to him. I remember he was the epitome of health. I hoped to get a body like him, but as you could see, it didn't all plan out. And I saw him just now, and I told his family just now, he still have his length of hair, and he looks good. He's smiling in his casket. He looks good. And so I think he went to the grave an empty vessel. He poured everything he had into his family, into the youth of this nation, and certainly into the country, and may his soul rest in peace.
Meantime, opposition leader Michael Pintard remembers the late cabinet minister, bodybuilder, and wellness advocate as an inspiration to young people.
As a young person growing up, there were several things that struck us about him. His commitment to medicine and his commitment to wellness, not just anti-aging, but the importance of us eating right, exercising, and taking care of our body if we are to be around to make a contribution to the country. And so the second thing was he was an iconic figure in sports. He had this compelling physique. He had a track record in sports, and he was a strong advocate for sports development and the role it could play in national development.
An official funeral service will take place tomorrow at the Hillview Seventh-day Adventist Church at 11 a.m. Well, dozens of local pastors coming together under one roof for a spiritual renewal at the 3rd Annual War Room Conference hosted by Pastor Leo Adderley. Unlike most conferences aimed at church members or new believers, this one was designed specifically for pastors.
This conference is designed for pastors, mostly. Most times we have conferences for members and sinners, but this is a time where pastors come together to repent, to be refueled, to be revived.
This year's theme, Me versus Me, the battle within, called ministers to self-reflection and accountability, reminding them that sometimes the biggest obstacles to growth lie within.
Sometimes we think that our greatest enemy is Satan, the world, our brothers or sisters, but sometimes we're our biggest enemy. Sometimes we are the stumbling block. Sometimes we're the one causing the problems. We are in a critical point in our nation whereby so many things are going on, and I believe that the problem starts in the church. I believe the Bible says, if my people which are called by my name shall humble themselves and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I shall hear from heaven, forgive their sins and heal the land. Our land cannot be healed until the church is healed.
Well, Amajal Knowles has a look at what's coming up in sports.
Throughout our lifetime, we must all make decisions. No matter how we choose, the right one just needs to be made. Like having J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers as your insurance partner. We've been serving the Bahamas for over 100 years. Whether you need home, motor, marine, or commercial insurance, make the right decision. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance, peace of mind.
Like, what you grabbing all these pizzas, boy? Wait, Marcos, wait. You have a special on all the large one-topping pizzas, wait.
Pineapple.
All.
Barbecue.
All. Hey, VAT included, but.
I need the $10 special plate.
How many of them would you like?
20 in it. Thank you so much, man. $10, that's it. The Marcos got that deal, but.
Welcome to your Thursday evening sports check, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles. Dozens of local sporting figures, dignitaries, family members, and friends filled into the Andre Rogers National Baseball Stadium last night to pay their respects to local sporting legend Eddie Ford, who passed away last month. Among them, the nation's chief Prime Minister, the Honorable Philip Davis, former Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Perry Christie, as well as Sports Minister, Honorable Mario Bolag. Ford, universally described as one of, if not the most versatile athletes the country's ever seen, dominating across several disciplines, including baseball, basketball, and cricket, before ultimately retiring from his athletic career, becoming one of the most respected umpires in the country. A number of tributes were made, reflecting on Ford's one-of-a-kind talent.
One man scoring 100 points in a single game. In softball, he led the Bahamas to a gold medal in Mexico and was named the most valuable player. In baseball, he earned a contract with the Houston Astros organization, showing the world that Bahamians could compete on the international stage.
But Eddie Ford, taking into consideration cricket, basketball, baseball, softball, was the greatest of them all. I'm happy that I was here to hear the cricketer, on behalf of the Cricket Association, acknowledge his prowess in the field of cricket. I was happy to hear Sterling Kwan acknowledge his record in basketball. Eddie was that good.
As a multi-sport athlete, coach, and mentor, Eddie Ford embodied the spirit of excellence, discipline, and unwavering dedication to the development of Bahamian athletics.
The memorial ended with a Junkanoo rush out at the stadium. Eddie Ford was 77 years old. Switching gears to the Diamond, the BAISS softball season resuming yesterday over at the fields at Queens College. In junior girls, the defending champions, the QC Comets, would take on the St. Anne's Blue Waves. Early on, it would look like the Blue Waves would be able to sneak past the Comets, but QC would manage to rally from behind to pick up the win in a high-scoring affair, 14-11.
Well, today's game was very interesting. We came from behind, so I'm very proud of the girls that they had the confidence to come from behind. There are some things that we need to work on. We'll go back to the drawing board and we will come stronger. We won today, so we are grateful.
It feels really good considering that we played to the best of our ability and we've been putting in the work, practicing.
So on the diamond, Bahamian professional baseball player Deshaun Knowles is set to play for a new team. This after wrapping up a stellar season in the American Association of Professional Baseball. The Leons of Ponce announced the signing of the outfielder as one of their import players for the 2025-2026 season of the Roberto Clemente Professional Baseball League. The speedy outfielder had an outstanding performance with the Sioux City Explorers, where he posted a .286 batting average and a .388 on-base percentage. In 88 games, he hit 9 home runs, drove in 54 runs, scored 62 runs, and stole 53 bases, demonstrating his offensive versatility and ability to create opportunities on the bases. He recently spoke about the opportunity.
It helped me tremendously, obviously, put up the numbers I put up. I've been trying to play winter ball for the past 5 years now, from when I was with the Los Angeles Angels. So just putting up those numbers, made it easier for my, my portfolio to, to be on any other team. You know what I mean? So I just want to keep going with this momentum, playing winter ball and try to make a team.
And finally, in soccer news, the Bahamas Football Association announcing that 3 of its executives have been appointed to serve on FIFA standing committees, marking another milestone for Bahamian football on the global stage. BFA President Anya James has been named chairperson of the FIFA Youth Girls Competition Committee, which oversees the development, structure, and delivery of international girls' youth tournaments, including the FIFA U17 and U20 Women's World Cups. BFA Secretary General Frederick Lund has been appointed to the FIFA Beach Soccer Committee, which is responsible for advancing the growth of beach soccer worldwide, guiding competition standards, and enhancing the discipline's visibility and development. Finally, immediate past president of the BFA, Anton Seeley, joins the FIFA Football Social Responsibility Committee, a global body dedicated to ensuring football serves as a positive force for inclusion, equality, and community impact across all member associations. These appointments reflect Bahamas' growing influence in international football governance and highlights the BFA's continued commitment to advancing the sport at every level. And that's Look at Your Sports on this Thursday. I'm Amajal Knowles, signing out until tomorrow.
Got termites and need to get rid of them fast? Trust Rent-A-Kill Initial. With over 60 years experience in the Bahamas, the global brand, training, and expertise can't be beat. Only Rent-A-Kill Initial gives you a 3-year warranty and payment plan options on termite fumigation. No one can match the range of treatments we offer, such as fumigation, pre-construction treatments, termite monitoring, and more. No matter where you are in the Bahamas, we will come to you. When it comes to complete termite eradication, there's only one name, Rent-A-Kill Initial.
The internet isn't just for surfing. There's a sea of shoppers buying online, and you can connect with them on Tingsy. Tingsy is the SBDC's online storefront built for Bahamians. Take your business to the next level by selling to customers online, both at home and around the world. People want Bahamian things, and if you got things to sell, sell on Tingsy. Find out how you can connect with a sea of buyers by visiting tingsybahamas.com.
We seem to remember our athletes when they make us proud at the finish line. Throw a Junkanoo parade when they return home, toss them a few dollars. And then forget about them until the next Members of the prestigious Fourth Estate should never sell themselves to any politician. Instead, keep their hands and noses clean in order to publish or broadcast the unadulterated truth. Well, that's how I see it anyway.
Read as I see it, exclusively at ZNNSBahamas.com. New articles premiere on Mondays at 9 a.m.
Here, these for you. These must have got false bottom, because they look empty to me.
Not for long. You taking us shopping right now.
For what?
Things you're gonna need in case you can't get out of your house after a natural disaster.
We know when we had one hurricane around here.
That's it. We get 2 lakhs. It ain't only hurricane, we getting worried about, we could have tsunami or we could have earthquake. And they don't give you no time to go shopping.
What kind of earthquake?
Scientists just find one faulty line over there by McGuana. And even though they say it's stationary, it's there. So we need to go and get our survival kit.
Like what?
What you mean, like what? Plastic bag to put your important papers in, like water, medication, flashlight, radio, canned goods, things you need, things you might need, just in case you can't get out of your house after a natural disaster. These 2 plastic containers, the children them could hang them up in their special colors so they could know what they're looking for when you send them to look for it.
That's one thing I like about you. You always ready.
Well, it's time now for a weather check with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean.
Good evening, Makushla. In the tropics, we're keeping our eyes on this area in the Caribbean Sea, where we're giving it a 20% chance of some sort of development taking place there, and that could happen as early as the early part of next week. And then there's another area to the north of Bermuda, where again there's a 20% chance that we could see some development there over the next several days. And temperatures around the family of islands, we're going to get you started with Green Tool Key at 81, Marshall, Barbacoa 82, 81 degrees in Freeport, Grand Bahama, the Berry Islands, 82, Alistown, Bimini at 83 degrees. Over in Harbor Island, Roxanne, Luther, they're reporting 82 degrees. Artistown, Cat Island, Black Point, Exuma, and Camp Space at Andros at 83, Fresh Creek, Central Andros at 82 degrees. In San Salvador and Rumkey, 83, Georgetown, Exuma at 82, getting a little warmer into the Ragged Island area, Clarence Island, and Crooked Island at 85. Betsy Bay, Maguana, 88, Acklands, 88. Matthew Town, Unagua, they have a temperature of 82, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 85 degrees. And our satellite pictures showing that frontal boundary now well to the south of the Bahamas. High pressures in control of our weather, so drier conditions with lots of sunshine during the daytime can be anticipated over the next several days. And your forecast tonight, partly cloudy with a couple of brief late showers developing. 75 degrees for your low temperature. And then tomorrow, this is where the sunshine comes in. Partly sunny, breezy, 83 degrees for the high, and extended weather forecast. Lots of sunshine through the weekend into the early part of next week as well. Temperature-wise, they're going to remain in the mid-80s. Wouldn't be until the early part of next week that we'll see those temperatures start rising again, getting up into upper 80s by the middle of the week.
Well, the weekend's looking pretty good there, Basil. That does it for the Bahamas tonight at 11. Thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. Thank you for watching, and good night.
At Bahama Boulevard, I'm Sean Innes. This is ZNS.